knew where he was, they should show it, that they might take him. Now at the 12th chapter, then the 6 days, Jesus before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was taken, had been dead, whom raised from the dead. There made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with them. Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, and very costly, and anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then said one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? Then he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief, and had the bag, and bare what was put therein. Then said Jesus, let her alone. Against the day of my burial have she kept it. For the poor you have always with you, but me you have not always. Much people of the Jews thereof knew that he was there, and they came not for Jesus' sake only, but they might see Lazarus as well, also whom he had raised from the dead. But the chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus to death also, because they but because by that reason of him many of the Jews went away and believed on the Jesus. On the next day, much people that were come to the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to the Jerusalem, took branches of palm trees and went forth to meet him, and cried, Hosanna! Blessed is the King of Israel that cometh in the name of the Lord. And Jesus, when he had come, found a young ass, and sat thereon, as it is written, Fear not, daughters of Zion. Behold, the King cometh, sitting on an ass coat. These things understood not his disciples at the first. But when Jesus was glorified, then remembered they that these things were written of him, and that they had done these things unto him. The people thereof that were with him when he was called Lazarus out of the grave, and raised him from the dead, bear record. For this cause the people also met him, for they heard that he had done this miracle. The Pharisees therefore said, How prevail ye nothing? Behold, the world is going after him. And there were certain Greeks among them that came unto worship at the feast. Excuse me. These same thereof to Philip, which was at Bethphage of Galilee, and desired him, saying, Sir, we would see Jesus. Philip come and telleth Andrew, and against Andrew Philip tells Jesus. And Jesus answered them, saying, The hour is come that the Son of Man should be glorified. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. He that loveth his life shall lose it. He that loses his life, or hateth his life, shall live in this world, shall keep it unto everlasting life. If any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall he also be, my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. Now is my soul troubled. What shall I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this cause came I to this hour. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven, saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. stood by and